Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about Dulce Alvarez, which is a really sad story. It's always sad when a little kid goes missing. She was actually 5 years old when she went missing, and literally since it's happened almost a year ago, there's just been no remains. There hasn't been any answers. There hasn't been any clues, evidence, nothing. Like, she just vanished. So here's where it all basically started. On September 16th, Dulce was last seen on surveillance footage at an ice cream shop. She actually went there right after school when her mother picked her up, and also her aunt. And she was also with her little brother, who was 3 years old. Around 4 p.m. after that, when they went to the Bridgeton City Park in New Jersey, and it seemed like a pretty typical park. If you look at Google searches of it, it's really wide, really spread out. Apparently that day there was only girls playing on a basketball court, which was kind of far away from where Dulce was last seen. And what's really strange too is her mother was in the car with the aunt, and they had gotten lottery tickets, so they were scratching it off, and it said that she was helping another family member in the car with their school homework. So she was watching the kids, which again, it was Dulce, which was 5, and then her younger brother, who was 3. So she was watching them from a distance in her car, and like I said, the park is really big. And so when they went to the swings, she actually couldn't see them from her car at the swing. So after about 10 minutes is when she decided to walk over there, because she hadn't heard them, she hadn't seen them, and she wanted to go check. So when she went to check, Dulce's brother was sitting there crying, and his ice cream was dropped, and Dulce was nowhere to be found. So she said, "Where's your sister? Where's your sister?" And that's when her brother pointed to these 2 big buildings. I'll put the pictures up on the screen, but they look like big storage units where they probably have maintenance stuff, you know, like lawnmowers, things to upkeep the park. She ended up calling the police after some time. She went and talked to the kids at the basketball court, and that's when the kids said that they saw Dulce actually get into a car with 2 men. The one was in about his 30s, and he had a lot of acne on his skin, which is terrifying. And I will say, offenders that are looking for kids, to whether it's to sell them, you know, things like that, they hide at places where kids hang out. They'll stalk BJ's, they'll stalk Costco's, they'll stalk Targets, they'll stalk places in the mall, they'll stalk little kids stores, they'll stalk playgrounds, schools. So you have to be really careful when you take your kids to places like this. Even if it seems like there's no one in the park, they could be hiding somewhere. And what's scary too, it's in broad daylight, which a lot of these offenders do it right in broad daylight because it's not their first time and they're pretty confident about it, which is really sad. Actually, right around me, not too far from where I live, they busted a huge ring that was happening, and they had like 15 kids, all under the age of 18, and it can happen anywhere. This part of Jersey is really close to New York as well, and that international airport, I think it's JFK, and that's like a really easy target because they can kidnap these kids, put them on a plane, and have them anywhere in any amount of time. Or they could put them also onto ships, because there's a lot of cargo ships that travel throughout very frequently. So this is like a really huge hub where this type of thing goes on. A lot of people were giving the mom like flack, saying she really didn't have much of a personality. She wasn't showing a lot of emotion. When she was on Dr. Phil, she wasn't really upset. When she was doing interviews, she didn't seem upset. But the thing is that I watched the videos of her where everyone was acting like she was emotionless. You don't know. Her doctor could have given her some really strong anxiety medicines to like calm her down. I know she was pregnant at the time, but you never know. When someone's going through something, you have no idea. And when I watched her videos, it does look like she's on some type of medication. Police didn't issue an Amber Alert until the next day, that Tuesday. And they described the guy as 5'6". He was wearing orange shoes, red pants, and a black t-shirt. And they said that they are looking for a red van. I'm actually going to play the 911 call too, so that you guys can just kind of hear it for yourself. You guys can get a feel. Like I said, a lot of people suspect her of doing something. I'm not too sure. I don't want to say anything until you have actual evidence. And I don't know. She was pregnant at the time. She had other kids. Why her? It kind of just doesn't make sense to me.
911, where's your emergency?
I can't find my daughter.
Okay, when was the last time you seen her?
We were here at the park and people said that probably somebody took her.
Okay. How old is she?
She's 5 years old.
Okay, and what park are you at?
Here in Bridgeton Park.
Okay, where in the Bridgeton Park are you?
The one with the basketball court where high school is.
Okay, so you're at the basketball courts behind the high school?
Yes.
Okay. And what was she seen last wearing?
She was wearing, give me a second. I don't remember what clothes she was wearing, but she was wearing, I just remember her pants. She was wearing like a flowery pants and some heels, some white heels.
Okay. All right, ma'am, stay on the line. I'm going to transfer you over to the police, okay? And you said she was 5, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Hi, did you see which direction your child went?
No, we were in the car. She came down with my son. They were running to the park, and then me and my sister, we came down. But when we got here at the park, she wasn't here. They said that my son was just crying with his ice cream. Because somebody threw his ice cream in the floor, and my daughter just ran away.
All right. You didn't see anyone else around there that she could possibly have went with?
No, not that I know of. Because we didn't saw no one. There's just some other people that they're here that said that they saw her running through some houses in the back. And they said that they saw two men. They saw a black guy and they saw a Mexican man with two kids.
Who's saying that they saw them?
Because there's people here in the basketball court that they saw her. They said that they saw her running.
They're saying that there's people there at the basketball court that they saw her running through some houses with two black males. She's light-skinned, Spanish. What color top does she have on?
I don't remember.
Okay. Are you at the basketball court?
Yes, I'm right here right now.
That's affirmed. She says that she's at the basketball court. And do you have your son with you, or is your son?
No, I have my son with me. They say he was crying when we found him. He was just standing there crying.
Oh, he was standing there crying. So who? You said that the black males took his ice cream?
No, they threw it in the floor. They had threw it in the floor.
So the two males took his ice cream and threw it on the floor, and then they left with your daughter?
Probably, because I didn't saw it. When we came and looked for her, we were looking everywhere for her, and we couldn't find her. She said that her son was at the basketball court with her daughter, that there was two black males that took her son's ice cream and threw it on the ground and left with her daughter. Okay, well, we have the officers. Are you on Mayor Aiken? I already have an officer here.
Okay. All right, go speak with the police, ma'am, okay?
Okay. December 6th is when she sat down with Dr. Phil and gave an interview, and she basically said on there, has suspicions of an old friend who may have taken her. Now, the dad wasn't in the picture for a really long time because he was skeptical of Dulce even being his. And then as she gotten older, he wanted to see her, but then he didn't really see her, and the mother thought he went back to Mexico, so he wasn't really in the picture. The investigators in this case, too, said that Dulce's father was super cooperative and they don't believe that he has anything to do with it. They also did take both of her phones. She had 2 phones. The one that they gave back, but the other one they never did give back. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe they found something on it and none of it has been released yet. The investigators did say too, if maybe the family or the mother had something to do with it, it's really high risk because it was in broad daylight at a park where a lot of people frequently go. There was a lot of letters sent to random places. that were talking about Dulce in them. The words that they were able to make out in the letters was Alaska, 1776, border, Civil War, and they were kind of scribbled on pieces of paper. The letter had no return address. So another letter surfaced to manager Hollywood Gaming at the Mahoning Valley Racecourse. That letter said to search a nearby wooded location near a truck stop. 76 truck stop, dead end street, entrance woods, please look. Again, they searched and they didn't find her. They searched with dogs. And there was another letter sent to a local library not far from the ice cream shop with the same handwriting, and it's appearing to be connected to the others, is what the investigators said. But the investigators haven't said yet whether they are directly connected or if it's phony or what's going on. There is a reward for her for $75,000 right now. Actually a possible connection with another little girl in Smyrna, Delaware, which isn't far from me at all. It's about 1 hour from where Dulce was last seen. They found her left for dead, and she had been there for several weeks or longer, which is so sad. The investigators said that they're looking into it and to see if that there's a connection, but they haven't released anything yet either about that. I feel like probably a year ago people were like, the mother did something, or one of the family members did something, or someone did something, an ex-boyfriend. But now that all these big huge rings are coming out and being exposed, I feel like people aren't thinking it's as crazy as her really being taken by somebody who was sitting there waiting for a child. And people also say, well, why didn't they take the brother? Well, a lot of times with these rings, they're scoping out someone in particular. A lot of these men are getting paid by higher ups to bring them exactly what they want. So they'll wait out at parks and things like that. So just keep your kids close. Be really, really careful. It's terrifying, especially when you have more than one child and you're trying to please everyone and make them all happy. And you think, you know, a 3 and a 5-year-old will be okay just 20 yards away. But you never know. Anything's possible, especially with these sick creeps out there that just don't value life. So I pray that they find her alive. I know everyone else is probably thinking the same thing. If I find any updates, I'll definitely be sure to let you know. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share. Let's get the word out. Let's hope we can find her. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.